it even goes up. I mean, it comes back and forth for a year, the Gemara says in Shabbos. But the detachment's immediate. It hovers over the body, but it's not in the body any longer. The body contaminates. I mean, so the halach is if a person dies and there's a kohen in the room, the kohen has to leave immediately. He's not permitted to remain there. I mean, if the shem's still in the body, what does he have to leave? Or a person's still basically alive. No, the neshama leaves immediately, leaves the body. No kedusha, no kedusha. No, the body. No, because the body was the receptacle. No, but no, there is an attachment. It's Kivrei Tzadikim, right? You find Kalev ben Yefuna went to Kivrei Avos, prostrated himself by the Kivrei Avos, by the Meraglim, that he shouldn't be drawn into their plot. Okay, let's see the Maharal. We're only Perek Beis. Perek Beis Maharal. Nesivos Olam, Nesivat Anova. What? Perek Kisi Adam. Gemara culling. Omer Reb Yochanan, Mishum Reb Loza, Reb Shimon. Kol mokshta motzi dvorv shel Reb Loza benosh Reb Yossi Aglili ba'agodo. Whenever you come upon the words of Reb Loza, the son of Reb Yossi Aglili, regarding agadic issues, ase yoznecha kafar cheses. You should make your ear like a sieve, meaning just to take it all in. Lo mirubchem mikolam choshka Hashem bochem. Moshe Rabbeinu says to Klal Yisrael, it's not because of your great numbers, that's why God desired you. Omelem HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yisrael, choshkani bochem. I have a desire for you. Hashem says, I have a desire for you. Cheshik. She'afilu b'shoshanim ashpil lechem gedulo. Why are you so special? Why do I have such a desire to you? Because even when I rain down upon you greatness, exaltedness, you minimize yourself before me. Nosati gedula Avrom. I gave greatness to Avrom. Avram already was proclaimed to be what? Nesi Elokim. He was the Prince of God. He had battles. He had everything. He had the whole world at his beck and call. So when he entered into a dialogue with Hashem, what did he say to Hashem? For Sodom? For what am I? I'm nothing. What do you mean nothing? Yeah, go speak to these guys, in Beverly Hills and Forbes, the ones who are listed there. I'm nothing. They are nothing. That's the truth. They are nothing. LeMoshe v'Aaron omru v'nachnu mo. What are we? LeDavid Amanochi tolas v'loish. David Moses. I'm a worm. I'm not a person. David Melech Yisrael. But the nations of the world, that's not the way they evaluate it. They don't perceive themselves in that context. Nasati Gdula Linimrod. I gave great. He was a king, Nimrod. What did he do with that? With his power, with his majesty? We're going to build a tower and go fight against God. Right? That's Migdal Bavil, Tower of Babel. Right? They ended up babbling at the end of the day, right? Lefaro, Oma mi Hashem Eshem L'Kolo. I mean, Hashem installs him as the king of the greatest civilization. Mi Hashem Eshem L'Kolo. Sancheva mi b'chol Elohei Rotzos. L'netzab ale el bomsei om. He's going to extend himself again. L'chira melchurma Moshev Elokim Yoshavti b'leiv Yamim. Moshe Elohim. He said he made himself. He deified himself. Omar Ravi Tem Rabbi Yochanan Godlu shenemar b'Moshe v'Aaron Yosef Hashem nemar b'Avram. When we find the way the Torah depicts Moshe and Aaron, it's to a greater degree the way it depicts Avram. Why? B'Avram ksiv anochi of Efer. What's Ofer Fefer? Even though it has no value, ash, dust, but it's something. It's an entity. Ilo Moshe v'Aaron ksiv nachnu mo. What do they say? What are we? With nothing. Nothing is less than Ofer Fefer. Uksiv hosem Torah eretz al belimo. See, the world is suspended over nothing, right? The world, what is it? It's animated suspension. The world just hangs there. So you say, you know, no, but it's what's under the earth. Middle, it's just suspended. Why? Because Hashem wills that it should just be suspended. Torah eretz al blimo. It's appropriate that the more Hashem elevates them, gives them greatness, they should minimize themselves. Because your greatness and your exalted is not like the nations of the world. Because what is the value? What is the innate value of a goy? What's he worth? That's it. The value of a Jew is not what he's worth. It's his spirituality. Right? A Jew, his value, material is purely what? To facilitate the spiritual. The physical has no value unto itself. But there was a division between, they divided. Esav and Yaakov, when they were fighting in the womb, they fought over the worlds. So the agreement was, Esav is Olam Hazeh, Yaakov is Olam Haba. That was the divide. That's how they divided it. So there's a medrash, Yalkut. The Yalkut says that when, after Yaakov sent the gift to Esav, he saw tremendous wealth. So Esav says to Yaakov, I thought we had an agreement that the material is mine and the spiritual is yours. We have this enormous wealth. It's not rightfully yours. It's not rightfully yours. That's what Esav said to Yaakov. So Yaakov says, I'm going to explain it to you. To take the material is your domain. But when you engage fully in the spiritual, the material comes automatic. The material is an outgrowth, meaning to approach the material for the material, that's for me, that's what? That's embezzlement. I have no right. But when you take, why? Because ain't kemach Torah. Because you can't, we live in a physical world. So there it's purely to facilitate the spiritual. By Esav, the world, its value is unto itself. It's olam hazeh for olam hazeh. That's the difference. So by the non-Jew, the material has great value. By the Jew, it has no value. Value means innate value. Its value is purely in terms of what it can be used for.
There are a lot of non-Jews who have a lot of spiritual focus, and a lot of Jews who have absolutely no spiritual focus.
Therefore what?
So I'm saying the Jews,
The honest people, dishonest people, right?
There are not, every human being has a spiritual side to them, even non-Jews. So they could
You missed the point. You missed it. Mother Teresa, right? What was her value? What did she espouse? Right? Was that spirituality? I couldn't care what it is. You're in the manure business, and you think the smell has a better fragrance than the best perfume. Therefore, what? Well, that's the way my sense of smell works. Okay, so go there. What does that have to do with spirituality? To be continued. Yeah, but their essence is physical. That's their essence. Do they have neshama? They have neshama. They have to go through hurdles to be able to touch upon spirituality. The average guy ain't lo chelik l'mabah. Jew has chelik l'mabah, right? Kol Yisrael yesh lo chelik l'mabah. Doesn't say kol whatever it is. Kol ben odom yesh lo chelik l'mabah. Doesn't say that. Kol Yisrael yesh lo chelik l'mabah. Once had many years ago. I once lectured at what's it called? In Lincoln Square, maybe 30 years ago. So I quoted the Mishnah in Sanhedrin. Kol hamatzil nefesh achs miYisrael, kilo hitzil olam olei. You save one Jewish life, you save the whole world. So a woman, I remember she came from Chattanooga. That's where she was from. You remember her last name? And she says to me, Rabbi, Why kol natzel nefesh achs mi Yisrael? Why only a Jew? What about a non-Jew? Why only if you save a Jewish life? Why not a non-Jewish life? Okay, whatever it was. That wasn't the place to discuss it. So it says kol Yisrael yesh lo chem gabo. Jew, naturally, that's his domain. The goy, that's not his domain. He has to literally do things which, and it's not only Sheva, it's with the intent, what he believes, it's many things. And even when he achieves it, it's not the same as a Jew. You know, only a Jew is the prince, right? If the prince invites his friend into the palace, he doesn't go where the prince goes, the friend. Right? He may be in the palace, but he doesn't make it up to the front. He doesn't sit next to the king, because only the prince sits next to the king.
When the Jew takes over Esau's role, then it's your problems, right? When he just gets involved in the physical.
That's a Yadayim. When the Yadai Yaakov becomes the Yadai Esau, then it's Ochen Vei. Then you take it. Then you're taking what's not rightfully yours.
He has a claim against
Yeah, then he has a claim. You have no right to do it. It's similar to what Yaakov. I was reading. What did I just read? Oh yeah. I just read it. You know, the Ramban writes, why was the Chashman destroyed? Because they violated the bracha of Yaakov. Yaakov says that kingship belongs to Judah. They took over the kings. They were the kings. So because they violated, therefore there's not a trace of the family of Chashmonoim. They had no right. They violated. I mean, Yaakov divided up the various responsibilities. They took some which wasn't theirs. So somebody wrote recently, I read it, Lincoln was a special person. But he emancipated the slaves. Right? It says, Eved Avodim. They're supposed to be slaves. The Torah says, Eved Avodim. Chomer, Eved Avodim. They're slaves. When he went against what it says in the Torah, that's why he was killed. That's why he was assassinated. You got it? I think he discussed it with Clinton. Over kosher hors d'oeuvres. OU hors d'oeuvres. That's what I'm saying. He's also an expert with Clinton. He has a special relationship with Clinton.
That was slaves. What about marriage?
What? No, I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about Lincoln. Okay, we're not getting involved. I'm not speaking politics here. I'm talking Hashkavas HaTorah. That's the ultimate, to serve the Jew. To serve the Jew. His purpose is to assist the Jew in his avodah. Right? That's Malachta Nasasa Yedei Acherim, what Rabbi Shimei Choy said. That's the ultimate purpose of the non-Jew. To do the bidding of the Jew, so the Jew should be fully focused on his spirituality. That's the value of the Goy. And at the end of time, after Mashiach comes, that's what the Goy is going to do. Says each Jew will have 2,000 Goyim doing his chores. Okay? Let's see the Mishnah Berurah.
We should have slaves today.
No, it doesn't say you have to have a slave.
Why?
You know, there's a Torah violation. A Jew's not permitted to emancipate a slave. If you have Nevet Knani, you're not permitted to free him. It's a Torah violation. What it says? What? No. You're not permitted. Torah violation. The Maharal says, I Reb Lezer freed his slave for a minion. He needed a minion. So he freed him. He was the 10th man. So Maharal says, because that's mitzvah. That was in the context of him. He didn't free him so he should free him for him. Right? He freed him because they needed it was mitzvah de Rabbi. It was a communal. Something. It's not a sentence. It's a status. It's what you are. The Torah says you're not permitted. You're not permitted to free a slave. It says avodum la'olam. It says avodum, they should be slaves forever. So what? The Torah says, but it's irrelevant what he becomes. No, it's a merit for him. It's a merit for him. Okay. No, we had in Kedoshim, second parak. Right? Shliach. You say Zochel Olam Shelo B'Fanov. That's Zochel Olam Shelo B'Fanov. He agreed. He thinks he's born into servitude. His mother was a Shifra Canaanis. He's an Eved Kanani when he's born. The original? It's a non-Jew who agreed to become an Eved Kanani. He needs Mila and Tefillah. He was immersed in the mikveh to be an Eved Kanani, and he was circumcised to be an Eved Kanani. Yeah, but there's a whole question, what about if you acquire something through conquest? Right? Firstly, we, the Americans, the ones who captured, they were captured in Africa. Well, they were slow, they were whatever you want to call them, kings. No. They were kings, black kings in Africa who had slaves. Or they captured slaves, and they sold slaves for whatever they got in return for it. And they sold it to these people. These people brought it to the States. So that when they brought them, they already were slaves. They were slaves already. Because they were owned by these kings in Africa. Doesn't make a difference, but they were slaves that they didn't have a say in their matter. So the buyers who bought them, they bought them as slaves. It says in Noah. Noah said, Ever Avodim. Divorce. Okay. So, Yossi, you weren't here. They're trying to fill you in the whole week's stuff here. You get a mouthful. Okay, or an earful. Okay, let's 298. We left off at Vav. Okay, I just wanted, we started, what? I understand, because what's going on in Baltimore, they're on your mind. But right now we're learning. Okay. Okay. Hayomim Shiroi L'Kvo B'Hem Rosh Chodesh Adar. Okay. The days that have relevance to be Rosh Chodesh Adar. Zayin Beis Daled Vov. It could be Shabbos, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Rosh Chodesh Adar. The Simin L'Shabbosos Hafsoka. We said you have Shabbos, we have nothing. You don't have one of the 4 pashas that you read on them. Zayin Tes Vov, Beis Vov, Daled Daled, Beis Yud Vov, Klomer. What does that mean? Kishachol Rosh Chodesh B'Shabbos, Mafsikin B'Chamish Osabo. That means Zayin Tes Vov here. When Rosh Chodesh Adar falls out on Shabbos, so Tes Vov is what? You skip it. What?